Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Fearless Thinking, a podcast designed to help you navigate authentic leadership and the entrepreneurial journey. I'm your host, Michael Devous, and these are my thoughts, lessons, and insights from my entrepreneurial journey into coaching, workshops, motivational speaking, and of course, what I picked up from interviews with inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs along the way. My mission is to help people unlock their untapped potential by using fear as a catalyst for powerful change and growth, so they can step into the greatest version of their most authentic selves. All right, let's get into some fearless thinking. Hey, Fearless Thinkers, welcome back to the Fearless Thinking Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Devous. We touched on the last episode, which I was delayed on getting to you guys, and then realized I had done it twice. Episode 55, there's a twofer if you haven't listened to it yet. Two different versions of the same episode that I talk about, but with two different times with two different perspectives, and I think it might be interesting. You might think it's silly. Whatever, enjoy yourself and listen to it. But we were talking about dreams, your entrepreneurial dream. Today, we're talking about the ticking clock, right, of our entrepreneurial dreams, and why every day that we delay comes with a hefty price tag. And then the last episode, we had that quote from Baylor Barbie of Shark Theory that said, every break I take is a dream getting further and further away from me. So imagine that your dream is like this hot ticket item that you've got on layaway, and every single day you delay paying off that item, one day closer to someone else snatching it up and taking it away from you. In the entrepreneurial world, time isn't just money, it's opportunity, right? And while you're hesitating, the market shifts, trends evolve, and competitors gain ground. You may not see them as competitors yet, but they're out there, right? They're out there building their dreams. They're out there building their products and their services that might just be similar to yours. And they are not sleeping. They are not hitting that snooze button on their dreams. They are not procrastinating, right? They're not taking a break, and they're not, delaying paying off their layaway every single time. And that's the investment you make every single time you do action and take action on your dream. You are paying down that knowledge and experience debt so that you can get closer to making your dream come true, right? Think of it like this. Your brilliant idea is a seed. Easy to remember, right? We plant that seed, we need to take care of it. But delaying action is like leaving your seed, your idea, dormant in a drawer, right? The longer it sits there, the less likely it is that it will even sprout or flourish, right? Every time you delay, you're putting the pause button on your dream happening. And the universe sees this. The universe recognizes this. The universe starts pulling levers and doing things to create opportunities for you. And as soon as you're like, well, I'm going to delay that dream, the universe goes, okay, we'll just pull these things off the table then. We'll remove these opportunities. We'll just, we'll redirect them over here to your competitors because they're busy and they're active and they're interested and they'd like to have this opportunity, right? Can you imagine if you knew that for sure? Like if you knew that on the other side of the universal wall of energy and time and space, that when you've announced you want to have or become something incredible with your dream and bring it to life in this world as an entrepreneur, that the universe was already putting together all the things you needed to make that happen for you, pulling the levers and aligning all of the opportunities and synchronizing everything together for you to be successful. And you went, pause, I'm gonna do something else today. I'm not gonna chase that dream right now. I'm gonna slack off, and I'm gonna get distracted. I'm gonna procrastinate. Okay, universe says, we'll just move these. Let's realign these three opportunities, those chance meetings that were gonna happen. We're gonna move all that out of the way. We're gonna put it over here because Tom, Julie, and Mark are definitely interested in making this happen. So we'll line them up so that they can have these, and you won't. Can you imagine if you knew that's what was taking place? What would you do? What would your morning look like? Would you hit that snooze button, or would you get up? Take action. So the Ascend Hub we at the Ascend Hub are about seizing the moment. We want to be about helping you seize the moment. We understand the fear and the overwhelm, but we also know that the most successful entrepreneurs are usually the ones that actually take action, right? Even when it's messy or it's imperfect, they still push forward with it. Now, why is that, right? There's something to be said for taking action even when it's messy and unclean. You still gain experience, you still gain knowledge, you still move forward. And if you're the kind of person who won't move forward, won't take that step unless it's perfect, unless everything's lined up beautifully, I think you're missing a lot of opportunity that comes with action. It's like they say, you can't steer a car standing still, but it's so much easier to turn that ship when you're already in motion. So you've got to get in motion, build that momentum, and then keep taking actionable steps. Learn from them, whether they're perfect or messy. Just keep doing it, and you will eventually, the universe will reveal to you the things you need to get to that perfect step, to get to that opportunity, right? You can still grow, and you can still make that magic happen. So, three types of things you can do that will help you harness the power of the now that we suggest. One is the just start mantra. Don't overthink it. It's not that big of a deal, but you want to launch that website, make that sale or pitch your idea. The first step is always the hardest, but it's the most important one that you have to take, and it sets everything else in motion. So just start. Whatever it is you're thinking about, whatever it is you think you want to do, whatever it is you're planning, strategizing, writing down, whatever, take an actionable step. It announces to the universe to open the floodgates of opportunity for you so that you can begin to take things happening. Two, momentum builds momentum. We reflected on these in the last episode, right? These three steps: take action, build momentum, and invest in yourself, right? Momentum, small, consistent wins create a snowball effect. Now, why is that? I think it's the universe working for us. I think it's the universe going, hey, you took the steps that you said you were going to take. You didn't procrastinate. Now you're going to stumble into something really good, right? We lined these things up for you. And it's interesting. I think it does take a specific amount of time. I'm not like saying like specifically 60 days, 90 days, but there is this window, 60 to 90 days, where if you are consistently taking action towards your dream, towards your business model, building whatever, somewhere along that window, right at the 60 to 90 mark, things start lining up. The meetings that you start having become more valuable. The connections you start to have become more valuable. The action steps that you take reward you with greater and greater opportunities and successes, right? So there is something to be said for this, and I think the universe works on our behalf in that regard. So don't underestimate the power of daily progress and actionable steps, no matter how tiny they seem. The last is invest in yourself. We've said this before many, many times. In the last episode, we mentioned this as well. Carving out time for yourself and for learning, networking, and personal development is just as valuable. Yes, it's on the business and it's in the business, but it is your personal and professional growth. So if it's difficult for you and you're like, oh, I'm not taking time out for myself because it's still business related, because it's your passion and it is your dream, it is still working on you. So maybe you make it more of a professional development time, that networking, that reading, that learning, whatever it is you want to call it. If it helps to reassign a name or a title to it so that you can accept it as a investing in myself time, then go ahead and do that. And remember, the more that you invest in yourself, the more valuable you become. It's the same thing I said to that young man who was confused, well, not confused, but asking questions about whether or not he should take advantage of having school paid for, college paid for, and going ahead and taking advantage of it, or if he should start his business now. And I was like, get the school, take the learning. There's nothing better than free education. I mean, unless it's a free meal, I suppose. But a free education can teach you to make meals for thousands of people. A free education can help you create an organization that feeds the hungry. Do you understand? That's the power of learning. That's the power of teaching and investing in yourself. Because when you do that, your value increases exponentially. And it does that, by the way, when you surround yourself with like-minded individuals who appreciate and value you. So, overcoming fear of starting. There is this, because I talk about fear, making fear your friend, and the 4 F's framework of making fear your friend. feel, foster, flip, and free. And the fear of starting out, it's usually a trepidation of taking action because you're not sure you have everything lined up exactly the way you want. But 9 times out of 10, it's about self doubt. You just doubt a part of what you're doing, whether that's you accomplishing it, the steps you've created, the strategy you have, the idea that's in your head, whether or not you've measured it against market value or other competitors. Some part of you is telling you that you doubt the validity of the idea or taking action on it, which is why you have this fear of starting. The other side of it, I think, too, is that once we start, then if we stop, we're quitters, right? And we have a fear of being quitters or being titled quitters. If I never begin, then I technically never quit. And so there, I didn't fail. And so I don't have to, if I don't start, then I'm safe. I'm in that safe zone. I can talk about this idea 9 ways, 9 times, what is it? 9 times out of 10, 9 ways to Sunday or whatever. You can talk to your blue in the face about it and still be that person who's passionate about an idea, but you never took action and therefore never took risk and therefore would never fail. Well, there's kind of a failure in not starting, right? You're telling the universe your ideas are not valuable enough. You're not only telling the universe that your ideas are not valuable enough, you're telling the universe you don't believe in you. Think about that. When you pause and you have that fear of starting and you think, I'm afraid to start, I don't know what to do. If you have that self-doubt, you're telling the universe you don't believe in you. So believe in yourself, believe in the dream, believe that it can happen. It may not be exactly as you think when you start out. By the way, it never really is. You have one version of what you think you want to do. Put it out there. Let it come into the light and it will grow on its own. If it's meant to be and it's something beautiful and it's really going to impact the world and it's valuable to you and it's genuine, it'll find its way. But it might change over time and so will you, because you will have to adapt and you will have to adopt new ways of thinking, perspectives, and opportunities in order to get it into the world and get it to market. But that's the beauty of it as entrepreneurs. We have these seeds and we have these little things we're germinating, these ideas that we're germinating. They're not ours. They were never ours to begin with. They're the world. They're meant to be out in the world. And we need to share that with the world and we need to bring it to life. But if we're going to do it, we can't be afraid to start, right? Fear is natural, of course. I mean, we're going to have doubts. We're going to have fears. That's just part of our committee, our future-proof committee, just telling us what we need to know about what's coming, right? Warning us and giving us suggestions and advising us along the way. Fear's part of my future-proof committee, and I talk to them all the time. I'm like, all right, well, this came up. Why are we concerned about this? Let's take a deeper look and see if there's some opportunity here for me to grow. So like I said, fear is natural, but it shouldn't be a roadblock. That's when we need to do some work, right? We need to focus in on. So at the Ascend Hub, I'll be talking about that because we'll do some fear workshops on helping us focus on those things. It can be kind of a safety net. Our community can be there for you with expert guidance, community support, curated resources. Our mentors that we are bringing on board and into the program have been there, done that. They're individuals who've built businesses, if not multiple times, and they can help us create a roadmap to avoid common pitfalls, right? Community support, where we share our fears, our concerns, we celebrate our wins, we find accountability partners to help us stay actionable, to take that first step that we need to take, and be part of a vibrant community where our ideas have a place to thrive, right? And be supported. And then curated resources. We are creating tools and knowledge bases that can help you tackle every stage of your entrepreneurial journey that you want. Now, some of those are pretty advanced, and we work with other partners who are better at that than we are. We tee you up, make the introduction, get you set up so that you can be there for success, to find the right partner you need to get your entrepreneurial journey launched. And then, I guess lastly, beyond the community support and guidance and resources, we need you. We need your ideas and we need your fresh perspectives and we need your feedback inside the Ascend Hub to get us to success as well. We could easily put up a lot of content and programming just in a bunch of libraries folders and be like, here, but we really want your feedback. You really want to know where you are, what's going on with your particular business model, what are the challenges you face today, so that we can create and curate the kind of resources that are meaningful and valuable to you. That's where we'll have the live Q&A and coaching sessions that we will be doing on the platform. So we'll be answering the 5 hot topic items this month, and tackling those with other coaches and mentors, letting them get in the hot seat and answer the questions directly in front of you so you can see and get that kind of advice that you would want, right? It's also about building trust. Our subject matter experts will be there so that you can start seeing, is what they say true? Is it valuable for you? Does it work? Right? And you can build trust with us. And over time, that becomes meaningful because as you grow and your business grows, we can be there for you at different stages of your success and make sure that you continue to grow and expand into the world and bring your dream to life. So that's pretty cool. Your dreams are worth fighting for. And they won't wait forever, honestly, because somebody else is out there chasing theirs down and they're not hitting that snooze button on their life. So, get out there, take action on your dreams, find the support system that you need, get the mentors and coaches that you want to help you transform your dream from someday into right now. And if that means joining the Ascend Hub, then let's join the Ascend Hub. Come over to the family, check it out. We have specials, I think, going on right now for you to join. So get in there, figure it out, find it out, the Ascend Hub, or, contact me at Fearless Road or Fearless Thinking Podcast. And I'm your host, Michael Devous. Once again, thank you so much for joining me this week as we launch into the fall of 2024. Oh, can't believe it. I guess it's like season 2, isn't it? Because season 1 was the spring. Season 2 is the fall, if you want to call it that. So thank you for your support. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful week. And do some fearless thinking while you're at it. All right? Take care. Bye.